What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Love and Pain podcast, where we talk about life, love, and everything in between. I'm your resident single girl advisor, Miss Pain, and here we got the love doctor. Chuck, take it away.
What's happening, everybody? Hopefully you guys have had a nice couple weeks. I know it's been 2 weeks since we've been on the show, but we had things in life that happened and we had to take care of them or whatever. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get started with my weekly rant that I haven't been able to do in the last couple weeks. Okay, what I want to say, and like I said, we want to always try to stay positive and everything, and when we talk about these types of things, because life is full of peaks and valleys. The first thing that we should do, is be happy. That should be the number one goal in our life, and never compare your journey to somebody else's journey, because people start at different places in their life. You know what I'm saying? You might be on like a weight loss journey. Like I've lost weight and gained weight so many times in my lifetime, and me being in shape might be a lot heavier than somebody else's being in shape. You know what I'm saying? So, wherever you are in life, always try to be the best person that you can be. Don't be stagnant on, pursuing knowledge and improving yourself. Because when you become stagnant, I think you start withering away and your life becomes real mundane. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So just always try to, have goals in life and try to be the best person that you can be, whatever that may be. And find a hobby and just find something in life that makes you happy. Forget everybody else.
Mm-hmm. I love that rant. Look at that. Your wife must be telling you about your rants, because they're getting more inspirational and less hater. So if this is your first time watching the show, welcome. Thank you for joining. And if you're on YouTube watching us, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you're advised every time we release a new episode. So how are you doing today, Chuck? What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm nice and relaxed. You know what I'm saying? I took a little break last week and man, got hit the beach and everything. And man, I'm nice and recharged and I'm just ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
I saw pictures of you and the wifey. Yeah.
You got a nice time. Sometimes you just got to get away and just reset. You know what I'm saying? And then just come back and man, I feel great. That's one and you do things in life, for the memories. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't, have the memories, and to me, you don't do it. That's why I post things on Facebook and things like that, just so I can go back and be, oh, okay, I did this or I did that. Because, I like to just enjoy life to the fullest that I can have. You know what I'm saying? And I have a great time. So, hey, I'm happy, with doing the simple things in life.
I love it. Where did you guys go? Are you able to tell me, or will you have to kill me?
Yeah, I just went to the beach. Let's just say that. We went to the beach.
Nice. Hey, I'm not gonna ask that question.
I went under my baby's mamas or something, you know what I'm saying? Trying to,
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, we went to the beach. You know what I'm saying? We was kicking it at the beach. Let's just say that.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, this weekend, you know what? I don't know what I did this weekend. I forgot. Oh, I had an event this weekend. I'm getting ready to step away from the mobile bartending world. I'm just tired of doing it. I kind of want to be more free. So I'm actually looking at selling that business, taking the proceeds and doing something else with it. It would be the second business I created and sold. So I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe that's my niche. I like start stuff and then I'm like, I'm tired. You want to buy this? All right. And then I just go on about my day. So
I always respected your hustle though. You always you've been always out here grinding, out here trying to make things happen. I respect it, man. For real. You always had that grind about you since I met you.
Thank you, man. I just don't like being poor. So
I heard that.
Rich. I've been poor, and I have to say I prefer the rich aspects of life. So I just did that. And like you said, I just relaxed a little bit. I'm actually headed out your way this weekend. A friend of mine is getting married, so I'll be going out there this weekend.
Okay.
And she doesn't watch this, but FYI, shout out to Erica in case she ever watches this. Erica and John, they're getting married, and they're getting married in this little chapel. It's like the Little White Chapel. It's like a very famous chapel that everybody go and get married. Like there was a movie where Elvis and Anne Margaret, they filmed that there. They got married, but a lot of people got married there. I did know a couple of them, but I totally forgot their names. But just look it up, the Little White Chapel in Vegas. It's famous. You just go there for a quickie wedding. And like when I get married, I kind of feel like that's the way I would go. Like I don't need a big wedding. I will go out to Vegas and do a quickie wedding or rent out a really, really nice house that we have and just do like a 12 people maximum. But it just seems so beautiful to have like a more of an intimate affair, you know?
I heard that.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
funny
all.
because I thought, I thought that I was going to be able to get that off with my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and go down to one of those chapels or something." You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And knock it out. She was like, "I want flowers." I was like, "Oh, damn!" I was just there, about to cost some money right here, boy.
Yeah, you don't have to cough it. I mean, I
Yeah,
feel it though.
she
I
would,
used to want that.
right.
That's good. So, what you got going on in the news these days?
Okay, y'all, we got a couple things we want to tackle. The first thing
Ooh,
we want to go over. Okay, let's see. Let me see here.
okay.
I'm a little slow sometimes, but we want to
Take
take
your
this one
time. Take
first.
your time, African
I got
American
it.
friend.
Okay, this one right here. We got. All right. I don't know if y'all seen this, but hold on. Let me move this banner here. Let me see
Okay,
something.
go ahead. Go ahead. Let me see what you got.
Where we
This looks like this is about to be interesting. Go on, preach.
Right. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the thing at? Trying to take the banner down. Anyway, okay. In this case right here, this lady, she didn't have any money, right? So
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to take her kids to the fair.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a guy that was pursuing her, and she said, "Hey, she just came, just like a lot of women do. She just thought in her mind, like, hey, why don't you take, me and my kids out to the fair? You know what I'm saying? It was like a date or whatever the case may be. So,
Mm-hmm.
so he takes her out to the fair, and I'm gonna just read this thing. It says, okay, this guy
Okay.
has been trying to take me out for months, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
attracted to him. So I gave him some attention that made him feel good. Anyway, I invited him to the fair because I knew he would pay. So they leave the fair by 9:30. He asked
Mm-hmm.
her to come over to his house
Mm.
after after she got her kids in bed. Then she said she went the fuck off on this man because I guess he thought since he was spending money, he was gonna get some. Then the man started apologizing, saying how he could see a future with me and my kids, blah, blah, blah. And I told this dude to find your Mrs. Right because that ain't me. And then I hung up. I mean, what is this, man? Like these dudes, man, look, man, I'm serious. Like this is crazy. Like, how could you
Oh
subject yourself to something like this? Like, you taking her and her kids out, you don't even know her, and you paying everybody's way. You know what I'm saying? And you haven't even gotten anything. Like, there's no like, promise to keep seeing each other. She don't get the vibe. I don't know what it is about sometimes when these guys are simping. Like maybe they're like, they just not people person. They can't read people or something like that, or they're delusional, thinking that, hey, if I, show some money, then she's gonna, start liking me at the end. I don't know, but I mean, this is crazy. Like I couldn't believe that that I'm still seeing this type of stuff, man. I mean, women are still getting this off, and these guys are falling for it, and I don't know what I mean, I know you didn't did this before, so how do you feel about this situation?
I've never done that. I wish I did, but I've never done that. You
you
know
ain't
what?
you ain't never got a guy to take you out to dinner, but you wasn't really interested in him like that. Never.
No, not on me. I've had guys beg to take me out, and I'm just like, I'm not really interested. And they take me out, and it was what I thought it was. So, and in those situations, I normally like, yeah, I mean, my time is valuable. Absolutely, yes, you could take me out. We could see what we're about. And then, after that conversation, it's like, I'm not really interested, But I also like, you're not spending a lot of money. Like, if you take me out, I'm not saying, well, take me out to like a steak dinner paying $200. Like, we're going to a regular around the way restaurant. If I don't really like you, I'm just trying to fill you out. And I'm, $20, 25, something that I could pay. Like, if I get pissed off and I need to step off, it's an amount that I could pay. But yeah, like, you're trying to approach me. You're trying to convince me that I should be with you because guys approach women first. So you guys approach her. She don't even know that she likes you like that. So yeah, you're paying for her time and you're convincing her that that you're worthy of it. Now, what I don't agree with in this scenario is the way that she went off on him. I don't believe that is a tit for tat that if I spend money on you that you get pussy. Like I think that's every time that you set yourself up for that, it's going to be a failure for all the time. It's not going to be a good thing. So I think you got two things going on here. You have one that some people feel like, hey, I got money, so women want man with money. As long as I spend money on her, I could pull her. And that's not the case for every dude, right? So you can have a lot of money and you can still be lame as hell. But two, I don't agree with her putting this out on social media, and I don't agree with her cussing them out because logically, even though I know that it's silly for you to ask for sex for money, I know there's a hint of it in my head that there's a chance that you might do it just because a lot of you guys are men. You kind of are that's your ultimate goal. So I think that she definitely should have put that online. She definitely should not have went off on him because he was going to try her. He was going to try her, and he could be a potentially good dude. Like I don't know the guy for that. From Adam to say that, but I think she totally went about it the wrong way, and I feel like he kind of dodged the bullet because if she puts this online like that, especially with the picture and all this stuff, he dodged the bullet. So he should be very happy that she said all of that because now he sees what type of character she has, and it's not a good one in my opinion.
Right. And this is the thing too that I mean, it's funny how women be playing dumb, acting like if a guy asks you out, he naturally is going to want to have sex with you. Now, not to say that he's going to needs to pressure you and all that or whatever the case may be, but why are you getting offended when he's trying to? Of course, he's going to try to hit. Like that's of course. Like, come on now. Like this is just both guys, unless they're gay, they want to hit that. So stop playing dumb like he ain't gonna want none at the end of the day. And then she got bad and was just disgusted. Like, you use this money?
Like you bad too.
Be a little bit nice to him, have a little bit of tact, but you just dogged him after he took you and your kids out. Come on, man. So that's crazy. Foul. Yeah. So let's all right, let's get on to the next one because we taking a long time sometimes. Let me see. All right. In this one right here. All right. Now, we finally found out that Cardi B was not the angel that we thought she was. She's sitting up here dogging Offset like he's this demon and whatnot. And come to find out, she had sex with Tyreek Hill while she was pregnant. And it was listed on the DJ Academics posted this thing, who this NFL player was. And, Tyreek, he been clowning this last year anyway. He married and he got like 3 other females pregnant. He out here, he hitting everything. So, he can't miss. So, but the thing is, like I said, she out here playing victim, but she was still doing dirt too. She knew that her man was, she knew what type of man she married. And she was out here in the streets too. Like, so it's just a big old mixed bag of just dirt everywhere. And just, you know what I'm saying? And just the way this is playing out in the public, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we don't got no cameras. We wasn't there, but it's a high probability that, supposedly she had sex with Tyreek Hill while she was pregnant, and Offset, I guess he called her out on that.
So that was the most recent one. Do I think that she really had sex with him? I don't know about that. I mean, Tyreek Hill, again, he's not like you could do better, Cardi.
He looked kind of like Offset. You know what I'm saying?
You don't cheat with someone who's similar, baby. You cheat up, okay? Women cheat up, men cheat down. All right, you cheat someone who's not with your baby daddy. You go,
but that's her type, though. That's her type.
And it could be, but also like Offset cheated on her like numerous times. By the 3rd kid, it's safe to say that they're pretty much done. I think this baby was not a planned baby. This was truly, and I think she kind of talked about it, but it was a oops baby. You had a moment, you fell back into a situation with your baby daddy, and then it was like, you know what? My bad. It's still a no because you out here cheating. So I don't know that I can't say that she's doing the same dirt as Offset because Offset has been out here real dirty. He was on Kai Cenat, disappeared with a chick on there. Disappeared, and they were like, "Where's Offset?" And then he just resurfaced with his lady. All right, so no, she got her lick back. Offset deserves what he get. It's not about her being an angel. It's over with. It's done. Now they're just waiting for the courts to tell them that it's done. She's good. I support her. I support Cardi getting her lick back. There's guys who are like, oh, watch women who agree with Cardi. She on her for like years. And that's the thing that kills me, dude. To sit here and cheat on you for years and years and years, and you eat it, and then one day you cheat, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're a whore." 304, my yeah. Where's your audacity? So, I salute you, sister. Get your get back, okay? Get your get back. Don't get out of there. Just quit having babies with Offset. That's where I think she keep fucking up. Stop having babies with Offset. He a dusty. He a dusty with money. So congratulations.
Mm. He said congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Offset. You played yourself.
All right, one more. We're gonna do one more before we get into our subject today.
All right.
One more. All right. So this lady right here, she divorced, her and her ex-husband divorced, and then he was about to remarry. So she went and crashed her husband's wedding and said that he's a cheater, and she just, raised all kinds of hell at his wedding, and they ended up stopping the wedding because, she revealed that he cheated on her during her marriage. And so from what I know, like according to this article, I don't know if they actually went through with the wedding ceremony after this, So, I mean, look, man, I mean, if you're getting it from a poison tree, man, I mean, she's already mad at him that they ain't together. So for her to take the energy to run up in the wedding, I mean, she should have got jumped anyway. Like, yeah, you gonna just come into somebody crash the wedding? Like, I mean, for real. Mm-hmm. And why would you believe anything that this lady would say, even if it was true? Maybe he just, y'all wasn't compatible. Like something was wrong. So, I mean, that's crazy. Like, I just don't see. I mean, how she had the nerve to run up in there. She was crazy for her to even do that anyway. For you to run up with a whole bunch of different people and crash somebody's wedding like that, she's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's probably why it got away from that lady. Because some women out here ain't got them all, man. So you got to be careful.
That was. Oh yeah, well, Madison, go ahead. Read what Madison said.
He said that would have been funny if dude had HIV when she had sex while she was pregnant.
That'd be funny, but that would have also been funny if her husband, who took vows, right, and said he wouldn't cheat and promised and death to do part, the one who actually made the agreement. It would have been funny if he would have gave her HIV, right? Would have been crazy. So, like, come on, man. But he's a chronic. Yeah, she was way out of line. Like, you just gotta let. I get it. Sometimes some of these dudes aren't good. Some of these women aren't good. I don't know that it's your place to really do that. And I would even go for, unless it's like they're in danger, right? Maybe this was a guy who tried to kill you. Maybe this is a woman who tried to poison you or something like that, where your life was in danger. I think that if that happens, absolutely speak up. But you got to do that way before the wedding happens. You got to inbox somebody. You got to show receipts, but just to show up and crash somebody, your exes, that shows you that you still want to be with this man. You still want to be with him, right?
Of course.
She looking bad. She down bad out here.
Yeah. So that was, that was crazy. Like I said, she was actually out of her mind, and that's why he didn't want to be with her. Some women are psycho, or guys too. But I had my crazies. People that hacked into my phone and was calling people I was talking to a year after we broke. Well, we weren't even together. We're gonna get into that later. But a year after I even stopped talking to them, they was talking. They had got into my stuff and was hitting my current girlfriend up, trying to break the relationship up, saying little stuff and whatnot. So yeah, it's just crazy. So I was just glad that situation passed on. But you got to watch people, man. You know what I'm saying? You just don't really, you really don't know.
You absolutely don't. So today's topic that we're about to get in. So I want to start it off because I feel like this is going to be more of a you focus, and I want to listen to what you have to say on this. But I want to preface this. But here, so today's topic is about about men. How do men view sex and commitment? And I think this is important to see the pathology of in from your a black man pathology, because not all men's pathology is the same. So we're looking at it from a black man's point of view. But when I grew up, one of the only teachings I got about dating men were they're going to want sex from you. They'll do anything to get sex from you. They'll lie, cheat, run over crazy streets to have sex with you, that they want sex from you. So it was like, okay, that's all they want. But what I didn't learn was how to discern a man who is really genuinely for you. He really cares about you as an individual and as a person. He wants more from you versus someone who's just a Svengali. Like, he knows how to use his mouthpiece to get the woman, or he knows how to love bomb you. And I think there's a lot of women who don't, they didn't grow up with brothers or cousins or other men or males in their family to give them that that knowledge base on how to understand how men see sex or commitment. So when I started dating men, you're thinking men are nice like women. And they're
Nice
not.
like women. Really?
No, what? Well, you know what? I think that in my situation, it was more like, if I'm doing this for you, you have to know I'm really into you. And guys, like, I don't know if they did know or they were just playing dumb, but they would accept such behavior. And you're thinking, okay, well, they're accepting this, then they have to know that, I want to be with them. But that was not reciprocated or the case, or they're just there for the free goodies. And, they don't, they're there for all the milk, and they have no interest in the cow. And instead of being upfront, they're just trying to run the sea. But just how they think, how you date them, what does it mean when he really likes you, what does it mean when he does this. I think a lot of women didn't get that, and you kind of listen to your heart in instances when you probably should listen more to the logical aspects. And not to mention, when sex gets involved and the sex is good, it kind of makes it harder for you to put space between you and this man. So by the time they realize that, as women date and they get older, they become a little bit bitter because of a lot of the guys who they ran into, instead of being able to identify, hey, here's a flag, he's not for me, or no, dot dot dot. So that's why I definitely want to get into this and talk about this and just kind of get that point of view from you, Chuck. Share with us the view, how men view sex and commitment. They
Okay,
might kick you out the male community, though. I just want to let you know this.
Is what?
They might kick you out the male community for giving away secrets.
Please, like I said, I done been out on the streets since I was a kid, bro. Like, I've been out here, so I changed. Like, I'm not the same. So okay. I mean, these are things, these are jewels that young men can learn from as well as women. Okay, let's get into our subject matter. Listen here. Okay, about our topic: how do men view sex and commitment? Now, listen. After we have done all the spending time in person, on the phone, going out or whatever, the relationship normally gravitates towards sex happening between two people. And just like anything else, it's a gamble. And sometimes the way the communication works, we don't know how another person really feels about us or how we really feel about them. Because remember, lust is uncultivated love. It's love that hasn't been cultivated. Like, it's an energy that we have towards another person, but it's kind of misguided because, since we're attracted to that person. So we want to, have sex with them. We want to have contact, but it's really like a raw type of feeling. That's what lust is. It's not really a responsibility. It's it's almost like an emotion. You know what I'm saying? So you really won't know until after you're finished to really know how you really feel about that person or how that person really feels about you. Now, remember, the cliche normally is that men give love for sex and females give sex for love, because normally women are love-based. So they normally are going to, they're normally going to give you sex because they want to show that they love you. And we want to act like we love you so we can get sex. I mean, that's just normally, how it happens. Now, me personally, I never used that as a way to actually have sex with a woman. because
Mhm.
you know I didn't want all that drama afterwards. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And like
Mhm.
I said, times have changed. When I was younger, I'll say when I was like maybe around 12 years old, I used to
Mhm.
I started hanging around my older cousin Gatewood, right? So
Mhm.
we used to always like he would just put me on the phone. Like he was older than me. He was like 16 and I was 12. So he would always put me
Mhm.
on the phone like, hey man, hey, kick game to this girl real quick, man. So he'd call her on three-way. And I was young, like, hey, how are you? My name is Chuck. Do you like me? You know, and then eventually my game started getting tighter. So I started discovering lines and it was just second nature. I knew the things that would work as I got older. So I knew the way to undress you before you got there. Nowadays, sex is so readily available that it's so easy. You ain't got to put no work into it. Like I said, back then you had to be calculated. You had to kick the game on the phone. You had to you might have had to go with her. You know what I'm saying? And then you had to calculate when mom and dad ain't home so you can invite her over so you can hit. But nowadays, with the online situation, sex is devalued. It's put up in our face. We don't have to work hard to see things. I used to have to like find out where my dad's porno stash was or where his dirty magazines was back in the day.
Mhm.
Man, please, you can just pick your phone up and you go to people's pages and you seeing you seeing a vaginas and everything. So sex is devalued. It's not the same that it was before. So when you have the act of sex, then hey, listen, it came so easy that I don't value it. So we may have a sexual encounter, and me myself being guided by lust, that I may not actually like know if I like you until afterwards. Like I told you, there's been times to where I thought I liked some woman, and I looked past her shortcomings, I looked past her flaws. Um, there's a lady, she had like a pimple, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that ain't bad. She's still, kind of cute, or whatever the case may be. And then after I was done, I was like, ugh, damn, that pimple, she ugly. You know what I'm saying? Because after you actually have the act is finished, then it's a purifier. Like you don't know. You might really think in your mind that you might like this person. It might have took you longer to get it. So you might feel that, hey, this is something that, I might like her, I like her personality. But after you're done, you don't know. Like, different feelings might come out. Like you might see little things that you might have overlooked because you were trying to get sex. And it ain't really like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you can't really know about if a guy is really into you for real until sometimes after it's finished. Now, sometimes, like I said, you can start off when he can treat you like you're in a relationship and everything. But sometimes, like I told you, you could be guided by lust at the same time. And you might not even like the guy. You might, after he hit, you might be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You waited all that time and there was so much anticipation and everything. Then after the act was finished, you was like, this wasn't really what I thought it was. So it's sex and commitment. I'm telling you, like it's not an everyday thing. And there have been a couple times where, like I said, I was, I had sex with somebody or whatever the case may be, and I had to fight to get out of there. Like, where you going? Like, damn, I got shit to do.
What? Like she
Nah,
wanted to spend
hold
more
on.
time with you?
Bro, I'm telling you, it's almost a dangerous situation if you don't really like know that person like that, and you have sex with her. You go to her crib, whatever the case may be, and she really likes you, and then you have sex with her, you get her emotions going, and then you let her down at the end. That's a dangerous situation for a man to be in, straight up. So you got to be really careful on how you go about, the people that you're having relations with. And like I said, it's for real. I mean, so I'm telling you. So you have to communicate and and at least like try to get some type of vibe on how everything is going before you actually commit the act. And like I said, with women, I mean, like I said, it's hard, man. Relationships are hard. You could go through a lot of different guys, man, and like I told you, he might think you might be kind of thick and whatever. I can tell. And it's been girls, like I said, they tricked me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like this one girl she had a biscuit suit on. You know what I'm saying? And like all of her stuff was held tight together in her little cat suit. And then once I peeled it, I was like, man, she's fat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, let me get up out of here, dog. And this one girl, she had ass BBs. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what's an ass BB?
She had BBs around her ass. Like she had nappy hair around her ass. I'm like,
Oh
bro,
my
what is this?
God.
What is this?
Uh,
I got to go.
oh my. So wait, but these
This
ladies
shit ain't gonna
really,
work.
really like you. These
It
ladies
don't
really,
matter.
really like you.
That's
And there
why I
wasn't
tell
any.
you.
There was no flag. Like men always talk about. You didn't see the flags before you had kids with them. There was no flags before you had sex with her that you were like, I'm really not gonna like her.
Like I said, you could be all consumed with emotions and lust that you look past these things. And you might, like I told you, like you might have good conversation, y'all might connect on different levels, but since the act of sex hasn't happened, then you really don't know for real, like if you want to really pursue it to another level. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
especially an immature minded person, like man, you putting it on the crap table. You don't know. So you just gotta, be careful and take your time. And if you want more than sex, try to get to know them as much as you can, just so you can make the best judgment you can. But at the end of the day, there's no guarantees in life with anything. So don't be too hard, what I'm saying, on yourself if the guy or the female don't want to be with you after your sexual encounter, because life is not, it's hard to find somebody that's compatible with you. You know what I'm saying? Or you might find somebody that you sexually compatible with, but relationship wise, they ain't shit. So you have to be careful, man. It's really hard. That's why I say when people get to the level to where they actually get into relationships and they they're together and they've made it to a certain amount and they don't fight for the relationship, get back out here in these streets, man. You'll see what's going on. It's not easy out here.
So how long would you say how long would you tell your daughter to wait before she slept with a guy?
Like I said, I would not put a time on it because there's no guarantees. You know what I'm saying? I would say until she's comfortable that this person wants to be with her and she wants to be with this person. That's what I would say to my daughter. Because like I said, if you just say, okay, we're going to wait 90 days, we're going to wait 6 months, there's no guarantees. He might just wait you out. Like, Dad, we done went out to like 10 different dinners. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. I waited people out, brother. I waited people out for years, like checking up on them every once in a while. What's going on? How you doing? Y'all, you good? For real? And then, yeah, we still together and this and that. And then one day they ain't together or she bored. What's going on? I'm bored. Oh, for real? Come on through. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hit the jackpot all of a sudden because you caught her in a time of weakness, but you've known her for so long, but all you want to do is hit that all along. That's just the things, like I told you. I could be transparent since I'm married now, but these are the types of things that men do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, fellas, y'all know what the deal is. I just don't, like, for me, I just couldn't keep doing this the rest of my life, man. Like, I couldn't keep playing these games and, like, you know what I'm saying? It just got old. So there's people that's still out there playing these type of games. And it's funny because when guys get older and start losing testosterone and whatnot, they become more of a sucker than ever. I'm seeing these older guys and they going just like this dude, that simp dude that we was talking about earlier. They out here, they tricking their whole paycheck on some little young girl. They just want to have sex with her. And there's, she don't really like them like that, but she taking their benefits. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. It's it's only a relationship between you and her and your money. Like, I'm not out here on this sucker stuff, man, for real. So that's what I'm telling y'all.
I think those guys are the guys who are also like, well, I got money. There's this new, thought process now where men are like, well, men, we can always pull it. As long as we got money, we don't have to settle. So those are the type of men who are going to go they're not going to go for women their age who are more serious, who's ready to settle down. They want the young thing. And as a person who used to be a young thing, we don't want no old niggas. Like, we do not want you. When I was younger, I did not want no old nigga. Like, I don't care. And I've had some who try to trick on me. There was this guy. I was like 20. I was 23, 24 years old. I was slim goody. And it was an older man. He was married. He was out of shape. He was just gross looking. And like the type of dude where, like, when he just walks, he breathing hard. He didn't take care of himself.
He wasn't even healthy.
He wasn't even healthy. And he made money. He worked in, maintenance men, construction men. Like, they make money, the good kind. They make some money. So I remember, and I didn't think about it. I was just like, I had just got a breakup with a boyfriend at the time. I wasn't even thinking about it, and I was going through a financial struggle. And he was like, "Hey," I was walking one day, and he would always come and talk to us, and I just never thought nothing about it. I was too trusting of you niggas. All right, I just always thought that y'all just like me because I'm cool. So he was like, "Hey, you need a ride?" And it was like a little bit rainy, but not crazy. But I'm like, "Yeah, I don't feel like walking." So I jumped in the car, and he was driving me to my car, and he's like starting to have the conversation, and the conversation started to take a little turn, right? It was just like, yeah, I could always help out with those bills. And I was like I was naive, but I wasn't like naive, that naive. I knew that if money was involved, sex has to be involved. I did know that, okay, about the upbringing. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And so he put out like a stack. I'm not gonna lie to you, kind of crossed my mind like, is this when we start fucking for money? Is this the age where we start doing that? And he was like, everybody needs a little help. And I was like, no, because then I got kind of disgusted because it's just like you treated me like a whole entire prostitute. We was
Mm.
cool. I was sharing you stories. Like it's like if you came up to me and did that, I could never be your friend anymore because it was like, wow, you was laying in wait that whole time. Like you just didn't like me. Um, but he felt like because he had money, he could just pull a young chick. And
Mhm.
I've been poor my whole life. I don't give a fuck about money. I can make my own money. But it was the fact that he thought because he had that. And you have a lot of guys who feel like because I have money, I can just pull a younger chick. But they have to know it's transactional. So they're fine with being a simp because they just want that pretty girl on their arm. They're learning and teaching themselves. As long as I got money, I can pull whatever. I don't need her to love me. I just need her to respect me. That's why I'm hearing from some of these guys. I don't need love. I need her to respect me, which is odd to me because I feel like you should love and respect somebody who's your partner. But I don't know. So there's a lot of guys who feel that way, and they don't mind going for those pretty girls. The pretty girls, they're going to want the money though, because they don't want an old dude. They don't want impotence city. They want a young buck. They want a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounder. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, those young bucks ain't got their stuff together. So you're kind of like in a weird situation there.
So let me
But
ask you this then.
yeah.
So if he was a nicer looking guy, you know what I'm saying, that was in shape, took care of himself or whatnot,
Mhm.
I mean, would you have thought about it?
And you have to see you have to say also unmarried. That's very important. This guy was married. Yeah, I totally would have thought about it. Because look, hear me out. I'm gonna have sex with an attractive poor guy. I don't what's wrong with having sex with an attractive rich guy? What's,
I feel you.
what's the what's the difference?
Right.
Like if they both gonna play me, the poor guy's gonna play me, I'm not gonna have no benefit from it. The rich
Right.
guy's gonna pay me, but at least he's gonna pay a couple bills. So it works a little bit different, but that's like beauty. Like if a chick is beautiful and she's a baddie, I've seen I've seen some dudes lose total lack of respect for themselves, and he has a baddie. That's just one of the benefits of just being attractive. When you're attractive physically, you have perks that other people don't have. When you're a 9 or a 10, you get more. People I've seen the way people treat people who are just average looking versus someone who is highly attractive. They
Mhm.
get free drinks, free food. Let me hold that door for you. Let me carry. You need help with that? Let me carry that for you. You're funny. Ha 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 ha. Let me laugh at these jokes for you. When you look good, you have different perks. So, and
Mm.
but the on the caveat, at least for men, not only can they have like I think for women, our only perk in that is just our looks, right? If a woman has a lot of money, she may be able to pull a really broke dude, but for the most part, men can have a really great looks and be broke and pull a chick. Like a prison bay. Remember that
Mm.
guy who was he was a prisoner and he was in jail and he had like those pretty
Hazel eye.
beautiful blue eyes.
Mm.
Oh, they were
Mhm.
blue, baby. They was ooh
Oh, okay.
light skinned and
Dang
everything.
on.
Yeah, because he was so attractive. There was women who were willing to risk it all for this criminal convict. But there's another page where men will do the same thing, where it's like I think it's called Prison Bay or Convict Bay or something like that. It's on Instagram, and it's pictures of women who are like hotties and they're in prison and there's dudes who are just like, man, let her out. She ain't do nothing that bad. And she like murdered like 7 people, you know? So it's a look thing. But I went way off topic. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So one of the things you talked about was that it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble. You know, you don't know who this person's going to be, and that's true. But what are some signs to know like he I don't expect that every relationship is going to last forever. I do expect some relationships to fail just because life, just because there's lessons you got to learn. I get it. But how do you know that he's somebody who's really like, he's serious about you versus he's just trying to get his dick wet?
I mean, the way that I always like, I consider myself a pretty good people person. The way I
Okay.
kind of look at people is like, you got to watch out for like con men and con women.
Yeah.
When a con person, when somebody is conning you, they always promise you something in the future if you do something for them right now. So you gotta
Yeah.
really like, that's a basic principle of a con man or a con woman. Straight up, there's not they're going to say they're going to do something for you if you do something for them right now. So look at somebody's actions. Like I said, when I was ready to commit and I was serious and I wasn't just looking for sex, then when I found somebody that I felt that was that I felt that was compatible with me, that somebody that I could build a future with, then I already put them in the role of them being my woman already. Like I said, with my wife, like when we hit it off from the jump, I already knew. Like we had easy conversation, we had the same ideology, and things were just I just knew that this was a person for me. So I had no problem with going the extra mile, doing extra things for her because I knew that this was an investment. So if he's not willing or she is not willing to invest in you, then you know that it's only superficial. It's only lip service. So you got to be careful and watch how people move. Straight up, and it like I said, it's real easy. Like I said, it's real easy for me to paint a beautiful picture for you, but to actually demonstrate that is one thing. So at the end of the day, if they do these things for you and then they break afterwards, at least you had a great time with that person. You know what I'm saying? You didn't completely just not, you just didn't give it up. And then, he just dogged you at the end. At least he treated you like a woman with respect. And you guys, at least, were trying to build for some things or whatever the case may be. At least, so look at somebody's actions. And that's the most telltale sign on if a person really is invested in the relationship with you or not.
I want to add also some of my experiences for how I determined somebody was not interested in you for the long term, right? So one of the things I picked up is when they talk about the future, if there's no mention of you in the future in any shape or form, it's a good chance that they don't see you long term. And I used to a guy I used to date, and he was just holding up the line. But I mean, it was cool because I ain't have no place to go. So, but he whenever I would ask him about the future, like it was no sign of me in there. It was him and his kids, and what he's gonna do for the kids, and then he's gonna retire. But it was like there was no mention of me in any of these scenarios. So then I like trying to share. I'm like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we did X, Y, and Z? He's like, oh yeah. Like he was all in my dreams. My dreams were cool. But whenever he talks about him and his future, there was not a lick of me in there. So
Wow.
I think that was one. I mean, but that was a sign. Like you over here, you're hoping that you're trying to prove yourself to this individual. Another thing I learned from my mistakes was that you gotta, like you said, action is very important, and also listening to what they're saying. I have learned that I only date men, so I'm only talking from a man, from me dating men, but men will give themselves away. Like, and Dante has said this. He was like, if you listen closely, niggas will tell you everything you want to know without saying anything directly to you. And again, I had been messing with this guy for a grip, and he would do this thing where I would just say, like, do you want, like, are we gonna be together? Like, are you trying to be with me? And he'll hit me like, it's not that I don't want to be with you. It's not that I don't see you as my wife or anything. It's just that I got things with the kids. I got a lot going on with the kids. So
Mhm.
it's just like, oh, that makes sense. Like logically, you're fighting custody over your kids. Okay. Then it became, it's not that I don't want to marry you or don't want to be with you. It's just I just got custody of my kids. I gotta make sure that they're secure in school. I just can't focus on that relationship right now. Again,
Mm.
it kind of is logical, right? You got to take care of your kids. Your kids are going up and down, and then it just became. It was just okay, But now I got the kids. I got the boy in football, and I got to focus on him. I got to work with him. It's a lot, and so eventually, eventually, my dumbass senses was just like, hey, I think this guy might be conning you a little bit. He might be
Mm.
conning you for a little bit. But I was like, no.
Mhm.
So one day I overheard him talking to his daughter, and his daughter had framed up a situation with her and this boy that she likes. And it was similar to what was going on. And he said this. He was like, it doesn't take a guy that long to figure out if he really wants to be with you. Like if he wants to be with you, he'll do it. It won't be if he's throwing up a lot of excuses, he doesn't want to be with you. And then after that, it just was like just broke. It just broke the window that I had been trying to like keep together and with lies and tricking myself. It broke because it was like, oh, so he knows what he's doing. He just explained to his daughter what he's doing. But I'm
Mm.
not picking up on the hints. But you might say no, Chuck. Let me continue with the story of dumbassery. All right. So I of dumbassery. So one day I had happened to I had went to go grab something off his desk, and I had looked down and I saw this text. And normally like I wouldn't pay attention to any text. But this one, like it caught my eye. It was like, I love you so much and I can't wait for us to be together.
Mm.
So now I'm going through the text and he in a whole ass relationship with somebody else. Oh what? And like I had begged him for years and I was like, I love you and and yeah, like he was and it was quick. Like he had met her 6 months ago. Boom, they was talking about this. It was up. It was up. So for me, I do believe that was you gotta listen. You gotta listen. I think that a lot of women get strung along too long, and we like that. We like you said, we're listening to that lie. And he was actionable. There was action things that he did, but I don't think it was necessarily because it was just that the actions would benefit both of us versus not anything really for me. So that's kind of what I found out on a list of how to know that he's just not that into you. Is listen
Mm.
to what he said. So because guys will tell you. Dante, what he said, guys will tell you if they're into you or not. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
let me ask you this though.
Okay.
I hear a lot of men say that like because you got married and you've been married before, but I hear a lot of men saying that there's no value in it for men to get married. What's your thoughts on that?
See, this is the thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the way society is going, um, it's so many gold diggers and just mistrust, and so it's such a high divorce rate that I can kind of understand why somebody would say that, especially if they have a lot of money, because like
Mm-hmm.
again, people are very poor at choosing other people and deciphering if you have a good person for one, and people
Mm-hmm.
get married for the wrong reason. So the reason
Mm-hmm.
why people say that is because it's a business contract at the end of the day. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about love. When you get divorced, it's not like, oh gosh, you broke my heart, I'm gonna have to move on. Now it's like, oh, now it's time to get to the paperwork. Now it's time to divide, assets and things like that. So yeah, it's a business. Now, when I got married, like I said, my first wife, um, we bought a crib together and stuff like that. I had everything in her name because of tax purposes and things like that. I had a shop, I had a cash business, so I had to kind of hide money. Now, remember, at the end of the day, once we got divorced, she tried to go down there and act like she was the breadwinner and all this, knowing good and well you was living off me the whole time. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, but on paper, it looked as though I ain't had no money because I wasn't trying to pay no taxes. You see what I'm saying? So they awarded her the crib. Now, this is the crib that I sacrificed all the payments for. She moved out for years. I even had my next, after we got divorced, my next girlfriend moved in with me for years. Like, I sacrificed for this crib. Even after I got in trouble with the law when they raided my shop, I still found a way to keep the mortgage going. And I sacrificed everything that I had to keep it going. And then all of a sudden, one day, because she knew she was in the wrong. Then all of a sudden, one day, she calls me and says, I can't do it no more. You over there, you at the house. I'm just gonna let the house go. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, hold on, I'm paying his mortgage. She's never made a mortgage payment. I made all the mortgage payments in that motherfucker like 10 years. So this should be my crib. But my dumb ass hiding money, since we were married and everything was in her name, I lost the crib. And that was some shit that I should have. That should be in my family. I should have been able to pass that down to my children. But she wanted to be bitter and shit. I moved on. She wasn't happy with her life, so she wanted to come back and fuck with me. So that's what happened. So that's why I say, yeah, if you get married to the wrong person, it's a living hell. And as you see with the Tyreek situation, Tyrese situation, he had a baby by the lady. The lady really didn't love him. She had the baby. She took him down to child support. They just tripled his child support. So, like I said, it's a business thing that's happening, and people and as a man, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose because it's designed that they're going to take care of the wife and them babies. It's over. So if you get married in this day of time, be like Cam Newton and them, like we talked about before. Had a baby, but don't get married, so they can't take your assets. You understand what I'm saying? Because really, marriage is really between you and the person and God. It's not really a legal thing for real. If you really want to be real with it, the legal thing only comes in so they can make decisions on your assets, or if you're in the hospital, if you get sick or something like that. But other than that, it's between you, her, and God that you make this commitment to be together. And if you get the wrong person, you could be a living hell. Like I said, I didn't let things like that scorn me, from when I seek my wife now. You know what I'm saying? I did not keep that baggage with me because I knew where her heart was. She's a very, very easygoing spirit. I just know that, like I said, she has my best intentions at heart. So I didn't have any problem with doing it because, like I said, I knew that she was the one for me. But if you get the wrong person, man, yeah, I can see why. If you got things to lose, you got to be real careful, man, of who the fuck you marry, because they will take all your shit. And like I told you, I got, even in my little case, like I said, she since shit was in her name, hey, I lost my crib, man. And I should have that motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But after that, I just said, hey, fuck it. I'm going to go to film school. I'm going to move to Vegas. I'm going to just do some different things with my life. But yeah, that's actually what happened. I was still making the motherfucking payments. I had like 5, 6 cars. I had motorcycles. I had all kinds of, look, I started selling all my shit to keep that damn mortgage going, man. And shit, man, she just said, fuck it. Now, I can't do it no more. I'm like, what you mean? I'm the one paying the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So just be careful. So I can see why they say that. Be careful.
Would you, if this marriage, Lord forbid, did not work, or maybe something happens, would you get married again, or would you like it's a wrap?
Yeah, I think if this didn't work, then shit, it can't work. There's nothing. There's no other. This is my soulmate. This is the person that we have such a high connection that I've never had with anybody else. There's no way that I could ever have a connection like this with anyone else in this world. So if this don't work, shit, I'm gonna just go out here, give me 2 holes, and just set it off.
You could be like Tyrese. like, baby, I was just playing. You could be like Tyrese,
No, I'm just playing.
Let her take all your money.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I like I said, this is it for me. Like I said, it was just a new loft. I was, like I told you, I had to be stripped down from all my ways in the past. I'm a completely different person. And like I told you, I always had this in me, but like I said, it was uncultivated love. That's what my lust, like I had it for so many people that if I dedicated this into one person, I could make that person the happiest woman in the world. And that's what I've done. You know what I'm saying? She's got my undivided attention and she's happy. You know what I'm saying? And this is how it's supposed to be, man. Like I said, if you halfway in, halfway out of your marriage or your relationship, then somebody's going to get shorted out of it. But if you find somebody that matches your energy and you can invest in them 100%, then it'll work out. But you just can't, you just got to find the right person, man. It's hard. That's what I'm saying. It's hard, man. So if you got somebody that could be your potential soulmate, fight for that shit, man.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What would you tell all the fellas out here who's like, nah, you tripping, who's afraid of falling in love and getting into a commitment? What would you tell them?
Well, this is the thing, man. And I've noticed, like I said, about life, man, and the people that I'm meeting, you know what I'm saying, especially out here in Vegas. A lot of men, they go through their midlife crisis, man, for real. Like some men get married when they're younger. As they get older, they they get bitter. They get a divorce from maybe the first one didn't work out and they get bitter. And then they, like I said, they go out here and they just want to have fun. That's why they get these young girls they can have fun with. They can feel good about themselves because they got a little cute girl. They got a fresh start and things like that. But then they, like I said, they start tricking. It's not real. You messing with some little young chicks, man, that don't really love you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men go through this process, man, because you look yourself in the mirror and you find out, man, damn, look at where my life is and not where it needs to be. And I'm telling you, man, hey, and you got to reevaluate to make the necessary changes. If not, you're going to be out here with these raggedy assholes.
And they are raggedy.
Oh, God. Lord have mercy.
Raggedy.
Oh, my God.
They're gonna take your money. Look at Tyrese. Yeah. If Tyrese, perhaps if he would have dated somebody his age and not chase looks and status, maybe he would have been a little happier. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but Danny Glover, he got himself a young thing. Danny Glover is like 74. She's like 54.
Okay, well, I mean,
that's a young thing
to
do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And she got a nice little body too. She's like a little Angela Bassett in the body. So
I mean, he a millionaire. You better have a nice one if you a millionaire. Like, come on, man, that ain't nothing.
He did. Mike Booker said, "Raggedy for real. Don't fall for it." One of the things I find, like, I for men out there dating, I think y'all got to ask more questions of these women. Like, guys don't ask me enough questions. I be looking at them like, if I was really like that way, I would take you for all your money. If I would have you take me out to dinner, and then I would just disappear each and every time. Like, ask more questions. Right. Ask her questions about herself. Stop asking silly shit. What's your favorite movie theater? No. Ask her, like, what you think about Juanita Jordan and Michael Jordan and that whole situation. Ask her stuff that's going to get thinking, that's going to get on a deeper level. Too many people don't know how to ask more questions, and then they get into these scenarios after they had sex or after they had a baby, and it's like, I didn't know that you thought like that, but you would have known that this individual thought like that had you talked to them and had deeper conversations that weren't so surface level. So just my thoughts, but we're coming to the end. What you got going on, Chuck?
What's happening, y'all? Hey, like I said, y'all, listen, we we make sure y'all keep tuning in to Thursday Night Therapy with me, Dante, and Champagne, and we go over things, and you get from three different angles. We 3 different personalities. We different experiences, and like I said, when we come on here, this is just like we're not coming at you from like sometimes I'll be hearing like rich basketball players try to give it relationship advice. Like, it's like, bro, you a millionaire. Your rules are different than that rank and file brother out here. You can get away with shit that we can't get away with. You know what I'm saying? And we out here, like I said, on the rank and file level. We've been through different things, and and we loved and lost, and we just got to keep trying, got to keep going, man. Because like I said, as a man, when you get hurt, like I said, I see a lot of bitter men my age. You got to lick your wounds, and you got to keep it moving, man. Handle your business, man, because life is a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, and you only get a few times in your life that you will have somebody that could be your soulmate or a potential person that you could spend the rest of your life with, if that's what you want. And like I said, I understand why people don't, because you could play it safe, and not have to worry about it. But I'm telling you, when you find that right person, it's like nothing in this world, man. Like it's the highest level of connection that you can have. And I didn't want to miss out on that because I've seen people that had it, and I felt left out that I really deserved that, but I just had to change, my ways and everything.
And fellas, like, I understand being bitter. I feel like if anybody has the right to be bitter, I have the right to be bitter. But, you got to do that work. I believe that there's someone great out there for me, and there's somebody great out there for you too. So do the work, get healed, work on yourself, and be presentable. Become more attractive. That'll help you.
That's right. Okay, y'all. Hey, that's our time. So until next time, make sure, like I said, we tune in every Monday, same place, same time. We still got the Thursday night therapy right here at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So until then, y'all, hey, stay positive and just be happy, man. Just be happy with yourself.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.